Kenya's youngest producers. I love football. Football comes in fun.
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. It's a pleasure meeting you guys over here. Prince Adam, thank you for the invitation anyways. So, like you know, bro, I'm Charles Demes, but you can call me Gallop Jr. I've been in this space for quite a long time now, have an experience since 2015. So cryptocurrency space is something that we have knowledge about, we have full knowledge about, and this is something we just have to impart the knowledge on other people and also make them to see reasons to invade in this technology and in this new industry. So that's it.
Wow, that's really cool. We are very happy to have you here, Gallup. You guys can also check the chat section where I've highlighted on what the agenda of the day will be and some other stuffs there. But yeah, so I don't know who will go next, but we're just about to kick it off. We only have 2 minutes, then the whole session can start. So anyone else who feels like probably telling or introducing himself, please feel free, you can unmute, and yeah, we get started.
Hello, can I speak?
Yes, sure.
My name is Lawrence. I'm from Ghana. Thank you for having me, Adams. In fact, I've been looking for this opportunity, been looking for this platform to share my views, to share my experience with cryptocurrency for such a long time. So I'm glad to be here. Looking forward to share whatever I have with everybody. Nice meeting everyone. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Lawrence, for that. Yeah, so I think we'll share more once the session starts. But Johnny is then highlighting on the available careers that one can pursue in the crypto industry. So, yeah. Anyone else, feel free to talk. Welcome on board, Rosalind.
Thank you very much. I hope you'll pardon my background. I'm at a function, so there's quite a bit of music in the background, but I hope I'm clear and audible enough.
Yeah, okay, no problem, Rosalind. Welcome on board. Welcome on board.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, I think it's time, so we can get started. Okay, so probably Rosalind, you are the last to speak. I'd like to give you an opportunity, probably share a little bit about yourself. Tell us how did you get started in this journey of cryptos and blockchain? How is the journey so far? Is there anything that you feel you will advise guys to probably look at career-wise or in any other way? Yep, so yep.
All right, so my name is Rosalind Wajiro. For those that we are yet to connect, I am on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Telegram as well, and Instagram. So it would be great for us to just connect across these platforms so that you can get to know more about my work and my initiatives. So my name is Rosalind Wajiro. I am the Chief Marketing Officer at Kesho Labs Development Studio. I have focused within blockchain as an economist on the area of research and of marketing, because I find it very critical for companies to be able to get their ideas to the existing market as it is. With emerging technology, you don't want to stay in the concept or the idea stage. You want to be able to get out there to where the businesses are at. So if you feel I'm talking too fast, please feel free to interject, raise your hand, raise a question. But here goes. So my story, how I got to know about blockchain, in just about 3 years ago, 2017. I was just doing some research about possible careers in the data science space, and I was really interested in just getting a master's in data science, because I felt this is where the future is going. I mean, there are more statistics on opportunities that are being locked up just because people realize the value points that are being unlocked just through data. I mean, the business of idle space has been unlocked through what we see with Airbnb and the likes of Uber, that you didn't use this space before, but now you can monetize your idle space that is in your car, that's in your home. And we're going to see it a lot more with like online advertising, that they say, hey, you're not using this space on your phone, hey, why don't you do an online survey and earn some money while you're at it, right? So think about the digital economy as the wider scope. That's what I was interested in and I was looking at. But as I started realizing that there were statistics around cybersecurity that were quite alarming, like $1 trillion of value was lost in a year alone. And if you compare that, for instance, to the economy and current budget of Kenya of about 3 trillion shillings, then if we put that in terms of time, then the equivalent of 30 years of Kenya's economy has been destroyed or lost in 1 year alone. And I thought, what can we do about this? This is something that should shock us into action. Like it should really move us to put some things in place. So I thought, what can I do with what I have right now? And I thought, okay, the best way to proceed is master's in, with a special focus with blockchain. So that for me was the entry point. As an economist, my interest is in data, and therefore blockchain came in as a solution. And the more I did my research, the more I identified opportunities in terms of like volunteering. Okay, I attended a few classes. I attended a couple of meetups. Some of them were hosted by the Blockchain Association of Kenya, EOS Nairobi community, and other very strong communities at the time. And I felt, wow, I need to learn. I need to get what I can at this point in time, because there were no courses or certificates or diplomas or any degree, so to speak, on blockchain. And I felt it's a good opportunity in the sense that nobody has called the shots or become an established authority in this space. So it's a very healthy space in which to learn. So at that, I can interject and say, for someone who is wondering, where do I start with blockchain and crypto? I mean, you do a quick search on the internet and you realize, oops, there are a million results and some of them confuse you. One expert says this, the other expert says that. You don't know what to believe. There are debates on both sides. Blockchain won't do much. Blockchain will disrupt so much. You end up getting confused. So if you're starting out from the very beginning, there are three major career categories that someone can consider. If you're into legal stuff, look at the future of digital law. Look at the future of smart contracts, being able to automate agreements, being able to automate conditions between parties that want to interact, and all that happening within a digital space and a lot faster than we're used to right now. So that's with the legal category. Then look at the value chain. That is talking about finance, talking about accounting, talking about the game theory, and you're looking at how are people incentivized to use digital systems. Why should someone use their phone instead of cash to do something? Why should they use a cryptocurrency platform instead of a normal banking app to do their transactions? You're asking all these questions, and once you find the answer that within the legal space it allows them to do that, and through a blockchain system they can do it faster and at lesser cost, and then you're looking at two major categories of careers that are going to open up or change because of blockchain technology. And then the third career is with regard to software architecture. Who is building these systems? Who is coding them? Who is maintaining them? So you need to be able to think of these three broad careers. You can start with volunteering for articles. You can start with just even going to meetups and meeting the people who are doing this, volunteering and interning at established companies that are already in the blockchain space is a great way, because it gives you hands-on experience, no doubt. And with time, you're able to figure out what are you really interested in, what are you good at, and what can you run with. So those are three key things that someone can consider and can indeed run with and be able to grow with. So it's not a smooth journey. It's not that everything is clear cut, but thanks to the work of like the Cryptocurrency Academy, then we have more courses that are literally tailored to an audience's needs, and we're able to tell that this is a user just needs to learn how to open a wallet. And if you're going to start with opening a wallet, yes, mark that as a point of progress and keep learning, keep growing from there. So the future of all these cryptocurrencies, the blockchain journey, there's a lot of potential for us to get ahead of infrastructure challenges. Yes, we've had not so many people being able to access like bank accounts and the like, but through your mobile phone. I mean, almost everybody in Africa has a mobile phone right now, and it's opens up a lot of opportunities for people to be able to transact just through either SMS or a web app on their phone. And literally you just open up your phone and you need to realize how powerful that phone in your hand is. So whether you're on smartphone or a feature phone, the thing is that there's a very huge future for guys to be able to realize we can transact value as peers, and we can do it in literally real time and near instant speed. So this is the time to learn. This is the time to connect. This is the time to try out apps. This is the time to try out systems, and literally believe in yourself that you can actually build something that guys will be able to take no matter where they are. So those are some of my thoughts for now. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Rosalind. Yep, so you guys have heard that the big question is why and when from Rosalind, and some of the things Rosalind highlighted on is that for a system to really work, you have to consider a few things, such as the legal aspect, then probably the programming or the development aspect, and all these things. It's not that we don't have people who can teach on how to develop, but it is always a journey which someone has to get started with. And yeah, with time you get better, and that is how it is. So probably I'll be giving the next guy to talk about the same things, how his journey has been, and what he thinks is the future of blockchain and cryptocurrencies in Africa. So Lorenzo, I will be giving this opportunity to you. So yes, Lorenzo, please take it out. If you guys have any questions for Rosalind, please feel free to drop them on the chat section, and we will answer them right away.
Okay, thank you, Adams, for the opportunity once again. My name is Lawrence, as I mentioned earlier. I'm from Ghana. Professionally, I'm a marketer. I work for a company as a sales manager. Actually, I got into cryptocurrency and blockchain since 2016. I didn't know blockchain. I knew cryptocurrency until I decided to learn more. I decided to research more. Then I got to know cryptocurrency based on a platform called blockchain. So my journey started. I've been a victim of circumstances concerning the industry. I've tasted the breadth and the length of the crypto space. I've been a victim of scams and whatever Ponzi schemes. That gives me more experience as my journey is ahead of me. So I'm very glad to be sharing my experience with everybody. I know there are newbies, there are new people here who are now coming into the space. You will be thinking maybe cryptocurrency or blockchain is a get rich quicker scheme, but no, it's a kind of industry that is here to stay, and it's an opportunity for everyone to take advantage of. Actually, I got introduced by someone who was into network marketing. Through that, I got to know about Bitcoin. I knew Bitcoin back in 2009 I saw it on walls. People were saying Bitcoin for sales, Bitcoin for sales. I was actually trading Forex. So I saw Bitcoin USD pair, but I didn't have the concern to research about Bitcoin. So I knew it was just another form of currency. So I ignored until I met this guy who introduced me to some revenue sharing network marketing program. And I said, wow, this is the Bitcoin that I've been seeing all this while, but I didn't pay attention. So I got into it. I started making purchases for Bitcoin. All right. So that's been my journey so far. Since then, I've been learning a lot about blockchain. I've come to love the technology. I love how it works, and I love the purpose of blockchain. Looking at the opportunities and then the future of cryptocurrency for Africa. If you really understand blockchain very well, you know that Africa is the rare space for blockchain to have an impact. So as a catalyst for the blockchain, financial crisis arose, and it triggered the need for blockchain platform to be brought to existence. So the solution, so as seen as a solution, it should follow that where there's an ongoing financial crisis, the digital cash system with this accompanied and underlying technology should be extremely beneficial. It is indeed that many of us believe that this innovation technology will be essential in places across the African continent. As you can see, there are a lot of problems that need solving, which potentially can be solved with these few key principles that are inherent in blockchain, such as transparency, decentralization, from international remittance to banking. You know, there are many broken systems in Africa that could be mended by this new technology, especially the emergence of DeFi, that is decentralized finance. There are a lot of avenues that can be exploited by the blockchain technology, not only in this aspect, but also can help improve our health system, our energy sector. A lot of industries can take advantage of the blockchain technology, which is going to improve the living standard of Africans. Since blockchain is very, very vital in Africa, you can see a lot of companies who are trooping into Africa to introduce their project to the Africans. You can talk of Binance, you can talk of IBM. They're all taking advantage of the market in Africa to develop their blockchain projects. So for the purpose of transparency and then decentralization, there are the principle that really has a lot of application in Africa. We can take away intermediaries in our traditional financial system to make it more efficient and less corruptible. Looking at the career opportunities, there are a lot of industries in the world who are looking for blockchain developers to exploit, to help them explore the tech. So I'll advise people who are coming into the space to learn the blockchain technology to become at least a developer, or there are many aspects or many avenues that can be exploited that you can become an expert in the blockchain space to help build the tech. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lorenzo, for your time. So I hope if you guys have any questions, just feel free to drop them on the chat section. And I'd like to look at what Lorenzo said to highlight on it. Yeah, you really have to have a real use case for you to develop on blockchain. And a recent research showed that blockchain is one of the most highly paid and seek for skills in the world. So the opportunities are there, especially if you do have a real wild or a real use case solution that helps people solve a certain problem. Probably something like in Africa, we all have issues with elections and all that. Probably you can build something revolving around that. And because blockchain, one thing blockchain does is if you're building on a public blockchain, there's something called public blockchains, is that it is transparent and anyone can be able to view what is happening on this network. So with that being said, I'd also like to say, apart from the blockchain development, there are other things that people can always look at. Let's say we do have an already built platform. Let's say an exchange, or probably a cloud hosting platform. And all these things, there are other careers that people can look to pursue without even having to do what? Without having to learn about probably the programming of blockchain and all that. But this, what you can actually do, you can become things like a community manager, you can become an ambassador. And these are some of the entry points towards the blockchain, or crypto industry. As for me, how I got started is it was quite funny. It was all I really wanted to learn more about cryptocurrencies, what they were. Then with time, I started buying some. Then over time, I started working for a few companies as an ambassador, at some as a customer representative, on others as a social media manager. Then with time, you will find yourself getting to learn more about this industry, and that is how it actually normally starts. So if you're here and you feel that you're just at the beginning and probably feel as if it's a long journey, trust you me, with experience, with time come experience, and you will get to where you want. You just have to be resilient. And yeah, so the next person I would like to give a chance to talk is, I don't know if, was it Clinton? Henry, are you here? I'm not really sure if you're the one under the name Clinton, but okay, seems you're not here. So, okay, I think, I don't know if you guys have any questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in here. I do see we do have one question. Yeah, so to everyone, at Roslyn, this is directed to Roslyn. Ray is asking, what is a major hindrance for mainstream blockchain adoption? So, Roslyn, you can take that and probably slightly defining what blockchain is, and then answering that question for the people who are new to this industry. Thank you, Roslyn. Roslyn. Hello, Roslyn, are you still there? Okay, probably I can take that since Roslyn is offline. So I think one of the few things that are hindering blockchain adoption is, I think people are still, especially in Africa, we're still using the wait and see approach. And at the same time, we do not have sufficient skills to develop our own blockchain solutions, as much as that is improving over time. But I think at some point in very many parts of the country, people, many countries prefer using the wait and see approach. And also there's always this bureaucracy thing where you find, yes, you will present a nice solution probably to voting or leaking of elections that is behind blockchain, but it takes time before these guys who are on top of these chains to take and adopt these solutions. So I think one of the major problems we have is the bureaucracy thing. And yeah, I don't know if anyone has any other suggestions to that. If you have one, please raise your hand and I'll give you a chance to talk.
All right, so sorry for the delay. I'm back.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. So one of the main challenges to the adoption of blockchain technology is the fact that people don't understand the bigger picture. Like, why is this technology so important right now? Okay, so you see, with the advent of the internet, people first of all adopted email, right? And for those who are very comfortable with using the mailbox system, it was like, how do you use email instead of mailbox? And for some years, it was that it was much more preferred to use physical mail instead of an email. And that's why you find for so many organizations, they valued the paper trail. Until now, we've switched to having entire organization systems communicating through online means. It's taken a curve. Same thing with blockchain. It's that with the first application being cryptocurrencies, a lot of people still feel, hey, I am fine with cash, I am fine with banking, and I don't understand cryptocurrency. So the fact that they don't understand the value of online systems in the first place means that trying to sell blockchain to them is already it's already a mental block. The other thing is that people don't dare to appreciate the value of digital economy. So you'll find, for instance, a lot of parents telling their children when they see them on their phones, hey, get off that phone, get off that computer, because they're thinking my child is getting lost and they're wasting valuable time that they could use either reading or playing. And they don't see that their children who in the same age categories have been able to create amazing and incredible applications, and they're able to earn so much more money than could have been possible before, because with now the internet, literally there are boundaries and borders that are no longer existed. They've literally been brought down. So the problem is that there are so many people who are yet to appreciate what it means to be online, to have a digital identity, have a digital presence, digital footprint, and being able to transact value, create it, and share it. So unless people understand the bigger picture, what it means to have both the power of the internet and mobile phone in their hands, then they won't really appreciate the importance of blockchain. But that's where like a lot of people need to offer products and services that make it so easy that no one has to think about, hey, I'm using blockchain. It's the same way that we don't think about I need to use the internet. You're either online or not. It's very simple right now. So with blockchain, it's the same. It needs to get to a place where we have so many apps and so many products that someone can just sign up, sign in, check in, use their app, share with their friends, and really be able to scale the value that they need to get out there.
Okay, I think that is a very interesting explanation. Obi, you also had, you wanted to answer that question. I don't know if Rosalind has done it for you, but please.
Yep.
It's Obi, are you?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's literally about the bigger picture of the digital economy is what counts, and until we're able.
Okay, so I don't know who's speaking, Obi or Rosalind. Hello. Okay, Obi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go on now?
Yes, please take it on.
Good evening, everyone. Basically, on the question, yeah, the Rosalie have made a big justice towards the question. I just want to add a little bit of icing on the cake. Therefore, the restriction, the reason why the adoption has never gone through well, based on how we've seen it, like she said, a lot of people are still stuck with the status quo of which we've not really understand what's going on, and many of us understand the aspect of whatever goes on internet. The first thing that comes to a lot of our minds are scam and fraud. So not just in Africa alone, even around the world and in continent at large, most government officials, most government and parastatals still see it at that stage of leapfrogging. Is it viable for them to commit their assets into such this? Is there someone that can be held accountable if they put in their resources and every other thing? So the adoption is not as strong as the way it was when we get internet. I'm sorry. When we had internet into our system, we were not expecting such to blow our mind. Now we have that internet, but for blockchain, for Bitcoin, we just so cool with the fiat money that we have, and we believe that everybody can be accountable for this. So the time to go into the understanding how it works, how blockchain system works, does not been in a very best way. But I believe with time, the government and the agencies around it will see to it, and where the adoption starts happening in a very large scale, I hope everybody on this platform will be ahead of other people that are not. So I will leave you with this word that says, it's better doing something than waiting like others. So if you do and you feel it's a lesson, it's better than not doing at all.
Okay. That is a really nice message. Thank you so much, Obi, for your feedback, for answering the question. So for the last guy, I'd like to give Gallup. I don't know if you're there. Guys, please mute your mics. Gallup, please share your experience into the crypto and blockchain industry. What you feel should be looked at careers for people. Too.
Hello guys, good evening. Hello, good evening everybody. It's nice having you over here. So I just have a very little short message. Well, many things is happening, opportunity is being emerged every day. You understand? But tonight we'll be talking more about the blockchain industry.
Yes, we can hear you, Gallup.
And our experience so far in the industry.
Gallup, your internet seems to have an issue. We can't really hear you well.
You can call me in the nearest future in this blockchain industry. That's a good one. Once again, thank you, Brian Adams, for letting me in. This is a great opportunity and a great pleasure. So, my journey to the crypto space, I've been a network marketer since 2012 thereabout, before entering into the crypto space in 2015. So before entering the crypto space in 2015, although Lorenz already said it all over here, before entering the crypto space in 2015, I have a very big picture that this is what we transfer power back to a common man. Who is a common man? The common man is you and I. We don't understand how monetary system work. We don't understand how the stock market work. This stock market work in the favor of those who make the money, and those who make the money are those who control the market. We don't control the market. And Africa as a nation, Africa as a continent is not even anywhere near the industry. We don't even have any market in the industry. So in this market called Africa, it's still an untapped market. Do you understand? So like Lorenz said everything, but I just want to add a very little stuff to what Lorenz said. We don't need to expect sugar. We don't need to expect that this is a system or a design or an industry that we can just open into and get rich quick. This is not a get rich quick platform, but this is a platform that will change our lives for good. You understand? I'm a living testimony. I've been in this network marketing system. I own a company called SparkCoin. It was designed, it's a free cryptocurrency designed for Africa that will solve the problem of buying and selling just with an e-commerce interface and zero submatic fee. So what am I saying in essence? What I'm saying in essence is that in this particular space, we have a lot of opportunities. We have a lot of chances to make money, but it It is, what do we offer? What is your vision? Well, you ask yourself, what is your vision? Where will I focus my own entry point? What will I focus? Do I focus on the investing part? Do I focus on the building part? Do I focus on the trading part? Do I focus on the development part? And do I focus on the coding part? You understand? So this is a different angle. Do I focus on the mining part? So everybody got their own vision in this space. Everybody have their own perspective that they came into this space. Some do focus on building and giving coaching, coaching, and also selling courses. This courses online. You understand? So for us to make a big adoption in this space, someone here asks, what is hindering Africa from emerging in the blockchain industry? That's the adoption of Africa. The very simple answer to that question is what? Ignorance. We Africans, we are too ignorant. We see everything as calm. We see everything that something is not gonna work. But the greatest mistake we are going to do, the greatest mistake we're all going to do is at the end of the day, we will see a new thing and we don't hook into that new thing. It's just like, let me just use a company that we all know as an example. Everyone here knows Nokia. Nokia is out of the market. Nokia is out of the game. Whoa, they did not do anything wrong. The CEO did undergo an interview the previous time before they went off. He said that we didn't do anything wrong, but at the end of the day, what happened? We lost. So this is just due to acts of ignorance. He depends so much on his coding. He depends so much on where he's coming from. You understand? He depends so much on his software development, forgetting that Android is taking up the market. Android and iOS is taking up the market, and you cannot compare it to Microsoft devices. And that's what did that do to them? It kicked them out of the market. So this technology here came to give us power to the common man. If you look at what is happening in Africa today, not only Nigeria precisely, if you look at what is happening in most of African countries today. Sorry?
Yeah, so
can you hear me?
We're running out of time, so please kindly wind it up.
Okay. If you look at what is happening in most of African countries today, deflation and inflation in currencies is not supposed to be so. And this is why the cryptocurrency is here. This is why the blockchain industry is here, for us to do what? For us to adapt into this space and also have a control over our funds and have a control over what we call our own, and not depending on government for every other thing. I hope I have spoken well. So far, so good.
Yeah. Wow. That is you've said a lot in very few words. And I hope you guys are getting to hear from some of the people who have been in the industry for quite some time. And there's an interesting quote that I see Rosalind did share. And she said that it's not about embracing blockchain, but safer, faster, and more secure ways of sharing values in our daily lives. So what really matters, what is really important is value. That is what you're doing, does it have value? Does it solve a certain problem for a certain person in a certain place? So if it does have real use case value, then you build, and later on you will get people starting to embrace your technology. So we're almost about to wrap it up. And before that, I would like to introduce Tugba. She is from Paxful. And the reason as to why we have been working with Paxful for the past few weeks, it's this week and last week, because we believe that Paxful has an opportunity to open up what we call peer-to-peer finance in the whole of Africa. Through these so-called cryptocurrencies, where one can either be you will be able, or you can be able to remit or pay for goods and items through the Paxful platform without having to send the money to another person. If I can just give a clear illustration, is let's say I'm here in America, I'm here in Kenya, and I have a friend who's in America. And I want to buy probably a certain product, let's say product A, and I don't want to use the traditional means of sending money around, probably because they're expensive and they take a lot of time. But what I could do is I could start the trade, and I could contact my friend who's in the USA, and I could tell him, you know what, bro, I have some Bitcoins on the Paxful platform, and here's what you can do. We will trade with you, but what you will do is you will send money to the person who, to the retailer, or to the person who I'm buying the product A from. So once the guy receives the money, he will ship the product, and on my end, I will receive my product, and the guy who I was working with, my friend who's in USA, he will have received his Bitcoin. So this is an opportunity that we see can really open up Africa. But beside that, Tugba will be introducing some of the opportunities that Paxful brings on board, and how we can become, how you can become a peer or a Paxful ambassador. And we believe that this is probably a starting point for most of us. So I think I'll give this opportunity to Tugba.
Hi guys, this is Tuba from Paxful, and I'm the head of community here. And I would like to thank you all for joining. And like Brian mentioned, we already had another seminar last week, and my colleague explained like how to buy and sell Bitcoin on Paxful. And now I would like to explain how you can like earn more, even if you're not like really trading, or if you're not if you're not interested in trading. First of all, like Africa is like Paxful's like one of main markets, and you guys are so lucky that Bitcoin is like really widely available, and it's like the real use cases of Bitcoin is in Africa. For example, my colleague Modibe was in Kenya last week, and the easiest way to like spend his money from his South African account was to use through Bitcoin, because you guys have like M-Pesa, Chipper Cash, and it's really easy to cash out your Bitcoin to those without even like touching like any cash, any money. And it's like the beauty of Bitcoin. But like I said, how you can earn more with Bitcoin. I don't know if you're familiar with affiliate programs, but in Paxful, we have every user has an affiliate link on their profile, and as soon as like you share the link within your network, within your friends, and if they sign up through that link, you will earn affiliate commissions every time they buy Bitcoin. And there are people who can like really live on those like commissions if you really like find the right people. And we have also an entrepreneurship program. It's Paxful Peer Program. We would like to be able to work with people on the ground, like the people who really like uses Bitcoin like more closely. That's why we launched this program. Through this program, you can be community leaders in your regions. All you need to do is just to like apply through paxful.com/blog/Paxful Peer Program. And after you apply, the selection process is like really smooth. You just need to go through a video interview with our team, and then you're onboarded, and you will have a chance to, not a chance, actually everyone wins it. You will win $5 per every ID verified and active users you bring to the platform, and also the user earn this money. So as much as people you bring, the more you earn. And also you will have an access to our Paxful team from the first hand, and you will get your issues like raised with us. And also you will have a chance to organize events, or if you like level up in the program, in the highest level, you can even like have a chance to become a Paxful employee. Actually, our Africa coordinator right now, Modibe, used to be an Paxful ambassador last year, and then we hired him as a full-time employee because he was like really doing a great job. So it also applies to you. Like I said, you don't need to know much about blockchain or crypto. You just need to like do your own research and then find the right people who are interested in trading, and then you will have a chance to learn more from Bitcoin. So if you want to reach me, please reach me from peerprogram@paxful.com, and I'll answer all your questions. We also have Telegram groups for almost all African countries. We have Kenya Telegram, Ghana Telegram, South Africa, Nigeria. So just join those Telegram groups, and we have a lot of marketing campaigns there. You can earn Bitcoin. And even right now, we have a BTC giveaway. One person will earn 3,000 Kenyan shillings from us because it's like a thank you for you guys joining at this hour at the evening. And thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tugba. So as you guys have heard, yes, if you're looking forward to getting started, you really don't have to learn a lot about the technicalities of blockchain. There is the Paxful Peer Ambassador Program, which is here, and they have really nice rewards. $5 for every person who you get to sign in and has successful trades. And also on the chat section, I'll see that there's a debate going on about trading. The thing is, on Paxful, it's not a marginal trading thing or an exchange trading thing, but it's where you get to buy and sell Bitcoins to your peers or to your friends or to other people who you probably never met. And you buy at a lower price and you sell to other people who are interested in buying at a higher price. We did look at that the last time on our previous session, and you can definitely visit our link on YouTube to watch what we had. But Clinton says, I feel we should address the issue of how information about crypto is addressed to the public. I've seen cases where people are missed with promises about crypto. When they get disappointed, they see it's a bad thing. Yes, it isn't. P.S. Tugba, leave the links on the comments. So that is directed to you, Tugba. Probably you can look at that. So yeah, I think if any of you has a question, please feel free to ask. Tugba is here to help with the peer-to-peer program. It's really interesting, and trust you me, earning $5 for every person who does successful trade, and they earn also $5 is something amazing. And P.S. It's like you're beginning your journey, and everyone has to have a starting point. So I don't know if anyone has anything to say or add. Please feel free to raise up your hand. Yeah, so Lorenzo is saying that early adopters should take the responsibility of being ambassadors, educating people on blockchain. And yes, that is exactly what we're trying to do. And we always do this every Thursday, same time. So you can always tell your peers to come and learn. We look at everything crypto A to Z, from how to get started, what are cryptocurrencies, cryptocurrency scams, cryptocurrency jobs, cryptocurrency careers like today, and so on. So I'll take these. I'll leave this, or I'd rather say it is our solemn responsibility as ambassadors, as people who are here, to let people know that there are programs like these ones where people get to learn, and they are free. All you need to do is join online. Yeah. So for this session, I think it's a wrap. Okay. Yeah. So Tugba just shared the Paxful Ambassador Program on the chat section link, so you can click on it and you can get started. On the other hand, there is 300 Kenyan shillings or a $30 giveaway courtesy of Paxful. Thank you so much, Tugba, for organizing that for us. So please please don't forget to share your email address, one that you've used to register on Paxful platform, here with us. If you don't have a Paxful exchange account, I'm going to drop a link which you can use to yeah, which you can use to register. But please feel free to drop your links as soon as possible so that we can get that started. Then the winner will be announced probably tomorrow or the day after, but we will keep you in the know. So yeah, thank you, Clinton, for sharing your link. Yeah, so I did share the link. If you don't have a Paxful account, please feel free to register. I've shared it again, just look at it. And yeah, create yourself an account and get some free BTC and get started on your trading journey. The thing is, you buy low and sell at a higher price. Paxful has very many people buying and selling Bitcoins each and every day. Last time we created an offer online, and within a few minutes we had over 6 people who are willing to buy Bitcoins from us, and it was really exciting. So I always say it's better to take the small profits in many of them, which will add up to something huge. So keep on sharing your links, and I think that brings us to the end of our session. Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and yeah, keep on dropping your email addresses. If you wish to leave or if you have something to add, please feel free to take it up. Thank you so much. Let us see each other next week on Thursday. Remember to tell your friends and families and your colleagues about the Crypto A to Z online webinar. It's every Thursday, 9 p.m. Thank you so much. Good night.
So the meeting is done.
Yes, the meeting is done. Please feel free to drop your link, your email address, the one that you've registered on Paxful with, so that to qualify to get the Paxful giveaway. But if you want to leave, please feel free to do so. If you have any questions,
Okay, thank you.
feel free to ask. You can ask any question.
Okay.
Yep. So you guys can, you're free to leave. Yep.